Hello, my name is Anthony Davis. Today we're going to deal with what is probably my most asked question. What's the difference between a will or a trust? So, wills, to put it as simply as possible, wills go with the probate system. So, typically, when somebody passes away in Illinois, the estate is going to go through this thing called the probate court system. And what our will does is it goes with that probate court system and it tells the probate judge how it is that you wanted to have your stuff distributed to your heirs. Wills get a bad, they have kind of a bad reputation because they go with probate, and probate doesn't have a great reputation due to the cost and time. But there are some cool things about a will, and I want to hit on those real quick. So the big thing about a will that can be nice is that the very thing that makes it somewhat unattractive, the fact that it requires the probate system, can sometimes actually be a benefit. So if we've got a family where there's kind of a lot of bickering, there's maybe some bad relationships, then it can be advantageous sometimes to actually go through the probate system, because that way we've got a judge there that can act as a referee. And in that instance, a will can actually be a positive. Another nice thing about a will is that when it comes to claims against the decedent's estate, the the will limits the time period by which a claimant on that decedent's estate can make that claim, and it shrinks it down to a total of 6 months. Now you have to go and you have to provide notice to any potential claimants out there, but it is a nice thing. You've got those claimants, those creditors have a total of 6 months to appear and make their claim, and then after that, it's kind of just done and finished. As for the trust itself, the big nice thing about the trust, of course, is that we get to skip the probate court system. So trusts are just big contracts, and they use contract law in order to distribute the estate assets. So that means that we don't have to sit and wait this long period of time. A probate will typically take about 3 months just to open it, let alone to close it out. Probate on average takes about 12 to 14 months. And because we're not having to sit and wait on the probate system, we can just have our family members hit the tasks that they need to do right away as quickly as possible. Really nice thing about this is, in particular with real estate tends to just sit there and hemorrhage money. You might have homeowner association fees. You might still have a mortgage on the property. There's also property taxes. And all of these complications, instead of sitting there for months waiting for our probate to open and get going, you just have the tools where the family can just get right into it and deal with those headaches. So that's the big advantage of the trust. We get to avoid the probate. We also do have some privacy advantages as well. So with a trust, you're only required to provide a copy of it to people that are listed as either beneficiaries or trustees in it, which can be nice. Of course, like I said, if we've got there's a minority of cases where if we have a particularly bickersome family, it might be worthwhile to give some thought to the will to have the referee there. The judge is a referee. Not always the case, but it does come up occasionally. So how is it that you make the right decision between a living trust or a will? Obviously, it's going to be highly contextualized to that individual family. There's a number of factors that we would have to look into. Sometimes the trust makes a lot of sense. Other times the will makes a lot of sense. And one of the advantages of sitting down with us is that we get to kind of work through all of those problems and figure out what actually is going to make the most sense given the family dynamic, the assets that we're dealing with, and the amount of money that you want to spend. So that's our big differences between wills and trusts. If you want to talk further about it, feel free to reach out to me or to other attorneys at the firm. You can reach me at 847-906-0005 and by email at anthony@nudo.net, and you can see that information running at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, that's our short discussion, and hope to hear from some of you soon. Take care.